but in order to keep climbing that mountain, what do you think that next step is for this group after seeing this past round?
Well, pretty clearly it's success in the playoffs, right? We had a tremendous regular season, and it was, I think it was exciting, and it was nice for the fans, and it was really good for the franchise, to finish like we did in the regular season. But I can tell you that it was a great disappointment the way we finished in the playoffs, and we need to be better, and we need to do better and to fix the things that we can. I mean, sometimes I liked our game. Our last game, I thought we played a pretty good game. I'm very proud of the way we approached the game, the way we played the game. But we need to play all our playoff games that way, and we need to be better.
Where do you think some of that blame lies? I mean, because it's hard to believe we're here on Game 5.
I think across the board. It starts with me, and we're not gonna make any rash judgments. I mean, look, I don't even think we're 36 hours out, maybe 42 hours, but it's pretty raw still. It's very surreal coming here this morning, even thinking we're supposed to be playing, and we're going to do a thorough and patient examination of everything and figure out that which we can control, that didn't go the way we think it should have, and be meticulous and thorough in the way that we do it, and come up with answers. And that which we can fix, we'll fix.
Hi, Bill. 2 questions. The first, what did Bruno show you over these 85 games that may enter into the decision on whether he's the guy going forward or not?
I'm not going to get into that discussion. I said early in the season that I was going to wait till the end of the season and make a decision and evaluate things. And like I just said, I think we're literally hours away, and everything is still fresh and raw. And we're gonna take a little bit of time here. We're gonna let all the emotions just settle. We're gonna make a thorough and rational, calm, go through a decision-making process and come to conclusions for the right reasons.
So then the second question is probably not going to give. You won't have an answer either, and I understand
no,
that.
And I appreciate and totally understand. It's just, listen,
Well, this one's a bit.
like, I think probably the gear is still wet.
Right.
And we're just trying to get through I know it's a difficult day here. We're doing our exits, and there's guys going back to Europe, and so we're trying to accommodate everybody, and it's just, we're going to go through the process the right way. And I said from day one that that's how we were going to do it, and we're going to stick to our plan.
This one then might be a little bit easier. If understanding you have a roster to put together and decisions to make and all that before July, if Joe Thornton said, I want one more go, can you find a place for me? Would you be willing to bring him back?
I wouldn't say I'd be willing or unwilling. There's so many personnel decisions that are going to depend upon any one individual personnel decision could depend upon all the other personnel decisions that may have nothing to do with that individual. So I think the world of Joe Thornton, and we're gonna attack each and every personnel decision in the same fashion, and we're gonna do it in due time and with the same process that we are going to apply to all the decisions that we make, and do it carefully. We don't have a lot of room for error with the cap, and it's vital moving forward that we get it right, that we're not sitting in this chair a year from now under the same circumstances. And so we're going to be meticulous and patient in the way that we do it.
Bill, I know everything's still very fresh here, but How exciting has it been for you in your time here and throughout this season to see the buzz that's grown around this team and around the franchise from what these guys were able to accomplish?
Today it's bittersweet. You know, I wish we were playing today. I'm with a little bit of anger, a little bit of sadness, a little frustration, but excitement. If you're a hockey fan, I think, and I'm proud of our room. I'm proud of what the guys have accomplished. I'm proud of the organization and the fans who've been here that I've had the privilege to meet. It's funny, I don't know about you guys, but if you meet some of the original season ticket holders, they'll tell you, right? You always get the opportunity. I've been a season ticket holder from day one or from early on, and they're filled with excitement, and it seems to be appreciation for what the guys have done and what they've managed to accomplish, and to get some, some relevance. And certainly, it was a fun season. Obviously, winning is intoxicating, and it's very nice. But we have a ways to go, as you can see, and we have to continue to build on it. We have to get better, and we're going to work every day.
Bill, building off that, obviously you always have your own internal expectations, but with that buzz came external expectations with the season you have. How much do you think those expectations will help this team moving forward, having more people expecting more out of this franchise outside of South Florida?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think their expectations could be higher than our own. We talked a little bit at the beginning of the year about managing those things that we can control, and I still believe that if we do that, we can go pretty far, and that's our mantra for next year as well. So.
You touched on the cap situation a little bit, but with only $4 million left on the cap and a few guys heading into unrestricted free agency, how hard is it to pick and choose which guys you are able to bring back?
I don't know if hard is the word I'd use. It's the process. It's we're going to go through an evaluative process and probably try different personnel layouts, and it's not all up to us, right? There may be players, UFA players, and we're interested in all of them, and a lot of it's going to depend on who wants to be here and at what price they want to stay, and a lot of it won't be up to us. Perhaps someone will say, yeah, I'd like to stay for X amount of dollars, and who knew? Oh, geez, we had budgeted X amount and we can get them for Y. Oh, well, that opens the door over here. So then it's easy, right? Oh, wow, that's great. So it's going through the exercise, putting the different pieces in the different places, seeing what can and cannot be. Who knows when you pick up the phone what trade might be available to you. So it's just kind of living through the process and seeing at the end of the day what's available to you. If none of that were to happen and it's just straight math, then it's just straight math.
Jonathan Huberdeau heading into the last year of his contract, have there been any discussions with his representation yet about an extension, and would you like to get it done? I mean more over the last. Over the last 12 months.
There's still jerseys in the dryer. I got to be honest with you.
But would you, the same way you re-sign Barkov?
We're gonna address those. So those 1 year out guys in the same fashion as Sasha. Yeah, we'll get on those this summer as well for sure. So.
And then just kind of broader, there was obviously a lot of question marks, I guess, about the offensive wide open style, how that translates in the playoffs. Do you have confidence that this style you guys play can work in the postseason, or do there need to be structural changes, anything like that?
I think that you saw our team can have great success. You saw Game 4. Vasilevsky was remarkable. Actually, as was Bob. I feel kind of bad for Bob because he played great and he was fantastic. So yeah, you saw he played pretty well, and we have to regroup, examine everything, and address those things that we can control moving forward.
Now, just like a couple months out from the Giroux trade, I mean, how do you think he fit in on this team, and do you think he's a player who could possibly come back next year?
Yeah, again, we're going to address all the personnel issues after a review. I can't say yes or no to anything at this point, but it certainly would not close the door on it at all. I think he was a great addition. He was a great teammate, a great person, again, well liked, and much appreciated the effort on and off the ice.
And then you touched on it a little bit before, but it seems like now the Panthers are becoming a team where people are willing to take a little bit of a pay cut to stay here. I mean, what does that mean to you as far as in your time here, the team becoming more respective in that light?
Well, it makes my life a little easier. Like, you hope that we could get everybody to want to help, because it's really just them wanting to be part of the team and to play with the other players and be part of it. So it makes it easier as a manager to try to keep as many pieces as possible. So
you've now had 2 years under your belt here in South Florida. From looking at where the team was when you started to where they are now, how proud are you of what you've been able to accomplish to this point?
I don't know if proud is the word I'd use. Maybe blessed, lucky. I've said this a number of times. I mean, when you show up with Hubie and Barkey and Eki and Bob, I mean, we had a pretty good group, and Dale did a hell of a job, and there were good players in place. And then, you know what, the guys have taken it, and for those of you, who had the privilege of covering the group, it's a pretty special group of people. They're good, they're nice people. It's fun. I just had an exit interview with a guy who said, you know what, I've been in the league a long time. I love coming to the rink. We don't have any bad guys. They're nice people. They're good teammates. Where there's no, it's fun for me to come here. Even when we lose, I like coming here. And if I had to be proud about something, it's that I think they're a team. And we didn't get done what we set out to do. And I'm not proud of that, but I'm proud of the effort, and I'm proud that they came together as a team. I'm proud of the way they played in that last Game 4. So I think if I had to be proud of something, that's what I'd be proud of.
Kind of along where the franchise has been lines, and it's probably a question better served to either Mr. Viola or to Matt, but you know the deal. I mean, 5-6 years ago, the franchise was perceived to be on life support. It was getting moved to Quebec City every 5 minutes and all those things. When people talk about the Panthers now, you don't hear anything bad really anymore. I guess how has the perception, or how has maybe the mood in the front office changed in the last couple of years? I mean, just based on, there aren't the questions of stability all the time. There aren't the questions of, is the franchise going to move? There aren't the questions of doing things on the cheap. There's none of that anymore. How much easier does that make your job, both now and going forward?
It definitely makes my life so easy. And I mean, if you have the chance to interact with Matt Caldwell, the energy it's off the charts. But between Matt and the Violas, it's a blessing, and that's why I said that. Actually, the same guy that I was talking to, it made a remark to me that, you know, when I come over and visit with you guys, and he was talking about the management and scouting staff, you guys, sometimes you argue and you guys are fighting, but then everybody goes for a beer. I like hanging out with you guys, but it's that kind of congenial, fun. Maybe it's the love of the game, and it's a fun, it's a community, kind of a family. Everybody gets along. There's lots of teasing, lots of, I don't know, Eddie, how would you explain it? Yeah, like, and all the off, it just works, you know, and I think that hopefully that translates throughout the organization. I think that it does. People, it's a welcoming, it's a welcoming place, and I think that we set the bar pretty high, and the expectation, certainly in the hockey ops, is there are high expectations with not a lot of fluff. We don't worry about the little things that don't matter, but you know, we hope that we will continue to be better. We have to be, right? It's just not good enough, but that we can do so with the enthusiasm, the love of the game, and really the enthusiasm to you know, to wear the shield, to be a Panther. Thank you.